David Neely. He, of course, is a longtime associate of ours here at Renda Broadcasting, and we're happy to have him, especially because of what he does for a number of different causes, including the Teddy Bear Fund Drive. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Todd.
Good to have you with us here today.
Hey, it's good to be here.
A few years ago, you began something called a Cornhole tournament with the good folks from the Rose Inn, and this year's is coming up, and you're here to talk about it with us this morning.
Yeah, I think it's the 83rd annual Cornhole tournament, I believe.
All right, given that you are prone to exaggeration and sometimes you pay the price for that exaggeration, I'm going to let that one pass. But the event for this year, the 169th annual Teddy Bear Fun Drive Cornhole Tournament at the Rose Inn, is coming up this Saturday.
Saturday from noon to 6. At registration actually starts at 11, and the Cornhole tournament will start promptly at noon.
There you go. Now, last year, or the year before, I'm not sure which, you basically needed a boat in order to get there. This year, the weather is going to be partly sunny with a high near 71. Perfect weather for the Cornhole tournament.
Absolutely perfect. I'm just anxiously looking. Actually, the last 2 years, we've had rain.
Yeah.
We were rained out the year before. Last year, we went ahead and held it because all these people showed up wanting to play. So we played in the rain, and we ruined a bunch of cornhole bags.
There you go. Now, the Cornhole tournament, I'm sure everybody knows what Cornhole is. I mean, it's a game that has become very, very popular at any outdoor event, especially cookouts and the like, and picnics. But you get so many people who come out, as you mentioned. Explain the format of it, how many people on a team, how many teams you're looking for, and then how does the competition unfold?
Well, there's 2 people to a team, and obviously we just play back and forth, sort of like a horseshoe tournament, only it's got a big board and hole and the cornhole bags. And we just play and play and play until we have a winner. Mm-hmm. I did crunch some numbers today, and we're still looking for that $10,000 prize. But in order to do that, we'd have to have 1,000 teams, and that means that lady could get skirting for her trailer if she wins.
That's an inside joke, boys and girls. But you are obviously looking for teams to be able to come out. Do the teams need to sign up ahead of time, or can they come just show up?
No, we did not. We did that in the past, but it led to some confusion. So this year we're just having them all come in at 11 with a whole hour to sign up before the noon start.
Okay. So you don't even have to sign up ahead of time. It can be a spur-of-the-moment thing. You didn't think you had Saturday morning available. Now you do, and you can go play some cornhole. And this year you've added a new element.
This year we're trying to attract more spectators and people who just want to come and hang out for whatever reason. So we've added some solo artists and a couple bands. We've got Kevin Dale this year, great solo artist, as is Dan Haynes. And we're also got Black Ridge, who's coming out to play before they play later that evening at another venue, and then Jagstone will cap off the whole day, and they'll play till 6 o'clock.
There you go. So 4 big musical entertainment acts coming to this event. Mm-hmm. Well, it makes for a great atmosphere.
Yeah. I also want to thank Soundbar, Sean Howard. They're supplying all the sound equipment for these bands and everything. Mm-hmm. Plus the Rose Inn, obviously, because of they've been good enough to hold this for us every year, starting with the Fries and now the Zach boys, Nick and John, and Emily too. And it's $30 per team, cash and prizes for the first 3 places. And this year I'm buying out of my own pocket a couple trophies for the first place winners. The first place winners will get trophies this year.
Does it have a beanbag on it?
It actually does have a cornhole board with a little beanbag on the cornhole board.
Look at that. Look at that. Who knew there was such a thing? Did you design it, or did you actually find that the trophy maker had it?
Actually, they've been out for a few years now, from what I understand.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
There will be other opportunities, of course. We talked about the fact that we'd love for spectators to come out to the event. There will be some baskets to be auctioned off.
Yeah, we'll have a few baskets, and we're going to have a bunch of little events and some prizes going out during the whole time. it's going to be a great day. I mean, what else can you ask for? You can watch the cornhole tournament, or you can listen to the bands, or you can do both. And if we do get those 1,000 teams, I will not be here next week because I again crunched the numbers, and I figured 10 hours a day for 10 days, and I will have it all wrapped up.
If you're wondering how Dave spends his day, he does it on theoretical problems such as, if 1,000 teams show up for my cornhole tournament, how long is it going to take me? So there you go. 50-50 drawing as well, and some good things that are being put on by the Rose Inn. Some tastings and other things that will be happening. It's Saturday. It's from noon until 6 at the Rose Inn, and it's the Teddy Bear Fun Drive Cornhole Tournament. David, this is going to be the 38th annual Teddy Bear Fun Drive.
Yes, that's right. The 59th annual Teddy Bear Fun Drive Cornhole Tournament. It just
you
seems
sort of doubt the numbers Dave throws out at us, don't you? And I'm sure his clients are wondering about that too here this morning because there's confusion over numbers. But it's all for a cause that I know that is very, very dear to your heart, and that is the Teddy Bear Fun Drive. And for an organization such as the Rose Inn to be involved in it, they must have a heart for the fun drive too. They love hosting events of any kind. If you want to have a fundraiser out there, I'm sure they'd be more than welcome you for any kind of event. It's a great place to have it, too, because they got the back area cordoned off, so you can just go in there and have your little bocce ball or your cornhole tournament or your horseshoe tournament, whatever you want to have. And there's an outside bar, so, it's nice. You can get drinks right out of the bar and walk right onto the court, and it's just a nice place to have an event. And you're right, he did just say bocce ball. There is a thriving bocce ball atmosphere going on here in Indiana County.
Yeah, they just had a tournament last week, July 22nd, I believe it was. They had a little bocce ball thing benefiting ICAP. So
I remember going back years and years ago when we were back in the other building up the street, if you will. We actually held a volleyball tournament there. Every year. So, the Rose Inn has been able to accommodate a lot of different functions down through the years, and we appreciate their involvement in this event. The Teddy Bear Fun Drive Cornhole Tournament coming up Saturday. Okay, anything else people need to know about it?
If weather should change and it should suddenly downpour on Saturday, there is a rain date of Sunday. Unfortunately, the bands will not be there. It'll be the tournament only. So.
So great music, Kevin Dale, Dan Haynes, Black Ridge, Jag Stone with Frankie Johnson. They'll all be performing, and the event is coming up on Saturday, and everybody's going to have a good time. And as always, the Rose Inn, you're going to get good food, too.
And I should thank Steve Holliday, too, because he set up all these bands for me. I mean, he put this all together as far as booking all the bands and everything.
Well,
so
you know who to go to.
And they're all donating their time, too. So
yeah, terrific stuff. Terrific stuff. Thank you, David.
Thank you.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank. Again, you can just show up at noon on Saturday, or at 11 on Saturday. Get yourself registered ahead of time and get yourself set for the Cornhole Tournament with the action beginning at noon at the Rose Inn. Okay? It's Indiana in the Morning, and it's AM 1160 WCCS 101.1 FM. Josh will come in with news in just a couple of moments. He'll update us on what's happening at the accident scene on Route 22 that has closed the westbound lanes of 22 over Penview Mountain. 2 tractor-trailers colliding in the pre-dawn this morning, and unfortunately, a fatality recorded there. And they remain on the scene due to the fire crews, and because of the scope of this accident with 2 tractor-trailers, that means that there's a lot of cleanup that has to be done. So we'll get the latest on that from Josh. We'll also have the Indiana Borough paving situation and the milling, and they're also replacing some water line or storm sewer line along Edgewood Avenue at Chestnut Street all the way to White's Wood. So Edgewood Avenue in Indiana is closed in addition to the streets that are being handled with paving and milling operations. Paving South 3rd Street today, milling on Rice Avenue, School Street from 6th to 9th, South 8th Street from Philadelphia to School Streets, the 700 block of Gompers Avenue, all of those getting the treatment today, and because of that you won't be able to use those particular roadways. Okay? All right, Fox News coming up at the top of the hour as well. The Indiana Players have another production coming up, and we'll be talking with those folks in our next hour. And in our 9 o'clock hour this morning, Amanda Augustine visits us from the Institute for Healthy Living at the Indiana Regional Medical Center.